Carrigan has been handed a 4-match suspension for his hip drop tackle that left Jackson Hastings with a broken leg. Here's Carrigan and coach Kevin Walters responding to the decision.
Very grateful to Nick and the NRL for a fair hearing tonight. A little bit disappointed with the result. I certainly didn't have any intent or malice in what happened, but I'm also really aware that Jackson's going to miss a bit of footy, and you know, I just wish him all the best with his recovery. And
reports from Paddy and the guys down there that they got a fair hearing. Yeah, we just take it on the chin and move on now.
Where have these tackles come from, do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's been some chat around actually being coached by clubs. Well, that's just nonsense, you know. I guess it's found its way into the game because of tackle technique now, and we've got to try and do something about it because, you know, it's obviously causing some fair damage amongst players.
Paddy's whack, 5-7. The NRL wanted. Broncos 2-3, landed on 4 weeks out for the Brisbane Broncos. He'll be back a week before the finals. Right or wrong?
Oh, I think it was wrong. Look, Look, we spoke after the show about Gabar's argument that he gave here, the fact that Carrigan had lifted his hips to try and alleviate and take pressure out of Jackson's leg. I get all that, I understand all that, but again, it's an ugly tackle that needs to be out of the game. And the only way we get out of the game, get it out, is to actually, because you can't trust the coaches to get it out. Despite what Kevy says, you've got to say we're going to punish them out of the game. 4
weeks was spot on. It wasn't too heavy and it wasn't too light. There was no malice, there was no intent in the tackle. I honestly don't believe. As I said here the other night,
Buzz,
I don't think there was. I don't think
no intent for what? No intent to injure or no intent to do a hip drop tackle?
No intent to injure.
Of course there wasn't. Of course there wasn't. But there was intent to do a hip drop tackle, and as we know, you cannot guarantee 100% that there will not be this type of injury. So therefore, there should be no intent to even make the tackle.
Is played at 100 miles an hour.
That's not 100 miles an hour. He's standing still when he gets it.
No, but it's...
He's standing still when he gets it. It's not 100 miles, Buzz. He's still...
When it's such a high-speed game...
That's not high speed. He's still... He's standing there.
Look, I think you've overreacted to this one, Candy. Look, I find you hard to work out sometimes. Look, I do.
Righto.
No, right.
That's what they tell me about you. So let's not go down that road.
Hold on, you were here 2 weeks ago.
No, we're not going back there.
You were cheering the Biffo in State of Origin, cheering it, saying, now you're blowing up this poor bloke.
I said... That's completely different. Completely different.
So you're saying 4's okay. What do you think he should have got?
I think he should have got 5 to 7. I think you need to top end these punishments. The problem we have at the NRL right now, we've tried to fix the judiciary, the match review. It didn't get fixed over summer because the people didn't get fixed. At the moment, if we're in a court of law, we have the public defendants sitting in the prosecutor's office. For them to come out and try and find reasons not to give these people penalties, that's not the way they should be going at it. And as far as Kevy coming out, in one breath he says it's not coaching, and before the sentence ends he says it's tackle technique. It's got to be coached out of the game. It's got to be told these guys, do not do it. Do not do it.
You're saying we need to blow the judiciary up again, Kenny, because we've done that every summer for about 5 years.
I think we need to get players off it. Players were brought in because former players, because they understood what the players were trying to do, but they sympathised or they leaned too far on the side of the players when you need officials in there who actually understand what the rules are there for and what they're intended to portray. And they officiate to that.
I'm going to bring my meter out, my foul play meter out. No, I am. I'm going because I
How accurate is it? And how to calibrate it?
Because I want to explain to you what the biggest problem in the game is. I'd give Carrigan's tackle a 6 out of 10. But
6 out of 10?
I will.
6 out of 10?
The one you blew up. The one you blew up.
What's a 10 out of 10? Does he chop it off?
There was other circumstances in the tackle, Kenny.
Do you have to...
But he's aware before he gets to him, there's 2 other players in the tackle. He's aware of that. He can't pretend he doesn't know.
Can I finish my metering?
No, I don't know.
The one that you were right last night. You were right last night, blowing up about Nelson Asofa-Solomona.
Yep.
That is the biggest problem in the game, not this tackle. That he didn't get a week.
That might be the case.
That's a bigger problem than that.
That might be the case.
It is.
That doesn't forgive that. They're not mutually exclusive, Buzz. That doesn't forgive that.
What was the Nathan Cleary tackle on your meter? What did you give that?
8.
Oh,
Well, what do you think it was?
A 2.
Oh, Rudy, you have
Let's
no
get off the
idea.
meter.
Put the meter away.
The meter's got to go. I won't be blowing up the bunker or the judiciary.
I'll bring it-
Blow his meter up.
I'll bring it back to the finals, all right?
Does the Carrigan suspension now derail the Broncos in any way, shape or form, or they'll be fine heading into the finals? And are we not concerned about that?
Well, they'll be back for the finals.
Yeah, I
I
know
don't think it derails them.
The issue is whether they finish top 4 now.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem for them because he's been immense for them this year.
That's he's been enormous.
Arguably, well, one of their best players, if not their best. So he's a big out for them, but I don't think...
He could be the difference, though, really, between them finishing top 4 and 5th.
They do have a tough run too, I think, the next 5 games or whatever. So
They do.
Wally Lewis
Could be an
medalist
issue.
guys, you know. Of course they're going to miss it big time. Not like Cleary and Luai, but he's the sort of foundation of that pack, even more than Payne Haas.
He drives the standards.
Yeah.
Agree, Buzz. Agree now. Let's get to the Melbourne Storm, Reedy. Nelson Asofa-Solomona.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when I saw this tackle, I saw everyone got pretty angry and thought it should have been a suspension. I'm thinking, what does Brent Reid think about this, you know, considering he loves the Melbourne Storm? What did you think about this, Reedy?
I didn't like it. I've got to be honest. I wasn't a fan of that
Did you
tackle.
think he should have been suspended?
Well, I'm not saying necessarily suspended. I don't know what his prior record's like.
Mate.
But
He's
it
still
warranted
done
a
it.
charge.
He's been
It warranted a charge.
He's been fined 4 times this year, really.
Oh, okay. Well, he probably
Does that
should have
change
got
6?
a week off then. Yeah.
A week off.
A week or
What
two.
do you think, Buzz?
I said to you...
It's an 8.
no, I said it was a 9, mate. It was a terrible... The fact nothing happened with it was what made it a 9.
Terrible.
I didn't understand their explanation for it when Luke
Doesn't make
explained
sense.
it.
No,
Made
neither did
sense at all.
I.
They were trying to
covered
find
it
a
on the
reason.
paper. It was bizarre.
They were trying to find a reason to not charge him. And that's my point about the judiciary having ex-players on there who, when all this rubbish about their separation, all that, he cracked his teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Annesley
should have
says
been charged.
before it's over on Monday, we didn't think there was enough force in it. He's got cracked teeth. That clearly shows, the fact that the teeth are in the head shows that it's in the head.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're cracked shows his force.
I'm with you on this one. I'm with you.
Well, we all are.
Yeah. No, I think he was very, very, very lucky.
Okay.